It's my great pleasure today to read out of one of my favorite books of the Bible. Let's do that. When I was in college, I think I was at Southwest at the time, so second year of college, me and my friend Steven went to a corn maze. It was getting dark outside and cold, and we were having a blast, by the way, in this corn maze, where we were trying to find the different signs that you could check off on your little piece of paper saying, oh, I went through the whole maze and found all the checkpoints. Then we did something rather silly. My face was cold, so I took my beanie and went like this, and I was like, Steven, you're going to have to leave me around because my nose is cold. And he was like, okay. So we walked around, and Steven would be holding me, and then he'd be like, dude, my face is cold. So he'd be like, okay, we can switch. And then I would lead him around, and he's got this, and then he would put his hat or his beanie, I can't remember if he was wearing a beanie or a hood or whatever, he pulled up real tight to keep his face warm. In much the same way, I have found myself walking in darkness and relying on God, almost like I relied on Stephen that day to lead me. Now, I've sometimes chosen to be like, I'm going to find my own way. I'm going to create my own light. I'm going to light my own torch. I'm going to try to figure out where I am on my own and not rely on Stephen. Not rely on God, in other words. So, I told that little story to kind of give you an image of what I'm going to read here today. I'm going to read Isaiah chapter 50, starting with verse 10. Who among you fears the Lord and obeys the voice of his servant? Who among you tries to do good and what the Lord wants you to do? Who tries to be obedient? I'm talking to you. Let him who walks in darkness and has no light trust in the name of the Lord and rely on his God. I originally thought of knowledge, like the light of knowledge, the light of knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, the light of just understanding what's going on in the world around me. So, let him who walks in darkness. Another way of saying that for me, let him who does not understand what tomorrow holds, does not understand this trial I'm going through, or does not understand what God is trying to teach me in this moment, and has no light. Trust in the name of the Lord and rely on his God. Behold, all you who kindle a fire, who equip yourselves with burning torches. If you are walking in darkness, for real, like you're literally walking outside at night, it's cloudy, and then there's no moon, no stars, no light from anywhere. So you kindle a fire so you could see where you're going. Well, in the same way, if you don't understand what God is doing, if that's represented as darkness, or if you're confused, you may be tempted, like me, to kindle your own fire of knowledge, instead of, as the previous verse says, trusting in the name of the Lord and relying on his God. I'm going to equip myself with a burning torch and kindle my own fire to try to understand what's going on right now, because it's dark out. I've done this a lot. I think this is why this passage spoke to me so much. Walk by the light of your fire and by the torches that you have kindled. Almost in a sarcastic way, like, yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's going to go real well for you. This you shall have from my hand. You shall lie down in torment. So the Lord is saying, I think, if you are going to kindle your own fire and trust in your own understanding and not rely on me, then go ahead and walk by the light of your torches, but this you will have from my hand. You'll lie down in torment. And nowhere in this passage, and this is something that's important to understand, is nowhere in this passage does it say, trust in me and then I will give you the light that you seek. It doesn't say that. It just says, let him who walks in darkness and has no light trust in the name of the Lord. You may have to walk in darkness for a while. And I've had to walk in darkness for lengths of time before, and it's been uncomfortable. But the thing that gets you through these times of darkness is the Lord. And I think that's what this passage is trying to convey to us. And that's comforting to me, because it does give me knowledge reading this to know why so many times I have lied down in torment. Because I have a lot. I have walked by the light of my own fire, and I have lied down in torment, and I have been confused, like, God, where are you? Well, it's almost like he spoke to me the day that I read this and it sank in. He was like, this is why you're lying down in torment, because you're not relying on me. You're kindling your own torch and walking by it instead of trusting in me. I hope, I'm talking to myself as well, that we all can find peace in following God and relying on him during the dark times, during the times when we don't know what's going on.